Hi guys, it's Miss Mangus in the library. I am here today to talk to you about some books that we are calling romantic reads. As you know, it is officially February and the Learning Commons has many romance books on display. So you can come check them out, or you can come put some of these books on hold that I'm about to tell you about. Okay, first up is a book called Quarantine, a love story. Now, this is about two teenagers called Flora and Oliver. They are on the same plane going back home. Oliver is very excited to be going back home because he has a potential love interest waiting for him. Flora does not want to go back home just for different reasons. Well, anyway, Oliver is sitting next to someone on a plane who has something called tropical mono. It's very contagious. When the plane lands, everyone on board is tested. Oliver has it. Flora feels like she doesn't have it, but if you remember, she doesn't really want to go back home. So she fakes a fever and is quarantined with Oliver for 30 days in a Miami hospital. Now, during that 30 days, a lot can happen. Will they become friends? Will they become something more? You've got to find out by reading Quarantine. Okay, the next one is for our gamers out there, our role players. This one's called Don't Cosplay with My Heart. It's about a girl named Eden whose family life and love life and everything in her life just is not going very well. She doesn't have a whole lot of confidence. She's not very happy until she starts role-playing as Gargantua. As Gargantua, she's happy, she's free, she feels like a different person. She feels like she could win the love of her crush. Well, her friend Kurt gets her into her first Comic-Con convention, and things really take off for her. You'll have to find out what happens to her by reading Don't Cosplay with My Heart. Okay, next up is That's Not What I Heard. It's about a couple, Kimberly and Teddy, who have been together since kindergarten. That is a very long time. Now, the whole school kind of root for Kimberly and Teddy. They're just the it couple. Well, one day, somebody starts a rumor that they have broken up. And the whole school just turns chaotic in this news. Friends are against friends. You're either Team Kimberly, Team Teddy. Even teachers are getting in on this. Now, the question is, why is this romance so important? Who is behind these rumors? You got to find out by reading That's Not What I Heard. Next up is a book called The Selection. It's the first book in a series. It is set in the future. Now, America Singer, she is a girl that is part of a caste system. She's what you call a 4. She's not very rich or wealthy, but she makes do with what she has. Now, everyone wants to be part of the ones, caste 1. That's where the royalty is. One day, there is a contest called The Selection. Girls' names are randomly drawn, and if your name is drawn, you get a chance to meet Prince Maxen and fall in love with him. And if you're chosen, your life changes forever. It's an opportunity any girl would want. Any girl except America. Because she's got a secret love back home. Now, as you can guess, she's chosen to compete. What will she do? Will she try to win Prince Maxen's love? Does she even want to? Find out by reading The Selection. Okay, the next book is part of a series, a short series called Crushing. It's about high schoolers that basically have crushes on each other. And the first one is called Henley High's Poetry Club. It's about a boy named Hunter who wants to be a writer. And his crush, a girl named Wren, she starts a poetry club. And of course, Hunter joins. But Hunter's got another friend called Carmelita who thinks that he's joining for the wrong reasons. And she feels like Wren is not who she says she is. You'll have to find out if she is or if she isn't in Henley High Poetry Club. Okay, the next book is called P.S. I Like You. Now, Lily is in high school and she is a songwriter, I believe. And one day she's in chemistry class and she writes down some lyrics to her favorite song on the desk. It's graffiti, vandalism. Shouldn't do it. But anyway, the next day she comes back and she sees that somebody else has written her a note on the desk. And so forth and so on. They go back corresponding with notes on the desk, and then they start writing back and forth in another format. Somebody's got a crush on her, and she hopes it's the person she thinks it is. You'll have to find out if it is by reading P.S. I Like You. Okay, next up is Romeo and What's Her Name. When Emily is cast in her school play, she is thrilled. She's not really crazy about acting, but she wants to work with her crush. Now, her crush is cast as Romeo. She's not cast as Juliet, but she's cast as Juliet's understudy, which basically means that you go to all the rehearsals. Well, she's crushing on her crush, whose name is, I think, Wes. Wes, that's it. And she thinks she's going to win his love, but the problem is the girl playing Juliet is going to stand in her way. But then something worse happens. The girl that plays Juliet gets hurt, and guess who has to step up and play Juliet? Emily does, and she is not ready for it. We'll have to find out what happens by reading Romeo and What's Her Name. Okay, the next one is called Lying Out Loud. It is a companion to a book in a movie called Duff. It features a character named Sunny, who is basically a compulsive liar. She lies so much she's gotten kicked out of her house. She's staying with her friend Amy. Now, she's been using Amy's computer, pretending to be her. And a boy named Ryder has been talking with who he thinks is Amy, but it's actually, of course, Sunny. Of course, this seems really harmless until Ryder wants to meet up with Amy, who was Sunny. What will happen? Find out by reading Lying Out Loud. Okay, the next book is a book called Worthy. Lyndon Wilson, she has a relationship with a boy named Alex, and she thinks she has a great relationship. It is perfect to her, according to her standards, until a mysterious app comes out called Worthy. Basically what it does, it rates your relationship. Basically it's rating the girl. Is she worthy of the guy she's with? Now Lyndon really, really wants to be featured on this app, and she really wants to be featured in a positive light. Well, at first it seems like that's going to happen, but then the app turns on her. And the thing about the app is anybody can post anything anonymously. So who's behind this app? Will it tear everybody's life apart? Find out by reading Worthy. Okay, the last one we have here is a book called The Boy Problem. And this is going to be for the fans of Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Dork Diaries, about a girl named Tabitha. She's the type of girl, she sees signs in everything. If her pizza falls off her desk, she thinks that's a sign. She thinks seeing a bird is a sign, and she's looking for the perfect sign that will tell her who the right guy is. And she does this by looking for signs and by studying the dating patterns of everybody around her. This book is really cool because it's got all those cool illustrations and everything else. It's a quick read, it's a fun read, and I think you'll like it. That is The Boy Problem. Okay, that's it for the books that we have. You can put them on hold on your Chromebook, or you can come check them out. We've got these and a whole lot more that you will like.